Hey guys, it's Vane here, back again with another IE review. Do want to give a fair warning before this video starts. This last account was updated on 11/25. It's currently December 7th. I'm doing this review, so a lot of the stuff you see on the dashboard here may be a little bit incorrect. I don't know if Charlie's actually active in the game, so if he's not, you're missing out on some mini bosses, some talent books, some Marbies, maybe key and Coliseum tickets, but. Yeah, anyway, just want to give that disclaimer before we jump in. Just going down the list as we always do. If you want to know where you're at in the IE review list, if you have one in queue, there is a review list section in the Discord. Link in the description for the Discord. If you want to learn how to get an IE review, join my Twitch account. Join the Discord, look for notifications when I go live. Whenever sub goals are hit or big goals are hit or people donate, I'll try to give IE reviews away. Currently, there's like 30, 40 people on the list, so we are months behind. We're trying to catch up. So let's get to it. Charlie. Okay, 11,300 stamps. Death Note at the end of World 6. Eclipse some of the runs from World 6. What are your characters doing? Gloomy. So you're farming the statue from the cave. Not quite at Onyx, so yeah, definitely. I'd say you are definitely in the right of farming that right now. If you are farming it, do remember, try to get as much multi-kill per tier as you possibly can. As I mentioned in the previous review towards the end of the video, I think I did, but let me go through it real quick. Quick little pop quiz for those who are paying attention. What is the #1 priority stat you want to do when farming that Gloomie Mushroom? I think I gave kind of a misleading answer. I'll clarify that here. It's multi-kill. You see it is the first item in the drop table here for the Gloomie Mushroom, so that means it is affected by multi-kill per tier. So you want as much multi-kill as you possibly can to drop as many statues as you can. Because it has a 1 in 100,000 drop rate is really, really important for trying to get it. And claiming every like 5, 6, 12 hours may or may not give you a statue, but AFKing for more periods of time will give you a chance at getting the statue. I recommend trying to claim every 5 or 6 because it gives you a decent chance to collect the statue. And if you have really high multi-kill per tier, you can get a lot of statues when you do actually find one. I do want to mention, if you are at this point at Cavern 9, I would recommend stopping your whole progression, focus solely on trying to get these statues, reset your opals and put everything in a measurer until it's level 10. Level 10 measurer is extremely important because the last upgraded measurer is multi-kill per tier. This is insanely important for just everything about your account. This will allow you to get more statues when you're farming it, trying to get this resource from the bucket to upgrade this as much as you possibly can. Trying to kill more Gloomie Mushrooms will give you even more multi-kill per tier. It's just cyclical at that point. Getting really high multi-kill per tier is one of the most important things to do when you're trying to farm that dragon statue. So, Charlie, if you haven't done that, I highly suggest trying to get as much multi-kill per tier. Even the card sets, I try to maximize for multi-kill per tier. So if you have the Emperor statue, try to double it, the 120%, up to 120%. The World 6 Woodland Spirits gives you multi-kill per tier. The Sugmas as well as the Clammies will give you multi-kill per tier. The card set for World 6 gives you multi-kill per tier. Really important. Try to maximize that as much as you can. If you have multi-kill per tier hyper obals, I'd recommend doing that. Also, on your family page for obals, I recommend trying to get Kruk because this is AFK gain. It's not necessarily multi-kill per tier, but the AFK gain will help you when you go to claim AFK time on your characters. I would do that. I wouldn't recommend trying to active the statues because multi-kill while you're active doesn't work. AFK it does. So if you're active, the only thing I would recommend doing is being on Siegebreaker to push kills with World 5 rings to, progress the amount of Gloomy caverns that you're at to kill the Monarch. When you're in the cave, when you're at Cavern 9, click on the sign here. Try to challenge the Monarch whenever you can. The HP of the Gloomies do not scale when you get to higher colonies. It just simply gives you an opal when you can kill the Monarch. So that's always important for just villager EXP and just progressing your hole. Just getting deeper and deeper into your hole. Okay, back to the actual account. So prayers, always remember, you want Zerg Rush again as much as you can. You want Balance of Pain. You want Beefy for Real. Just assuming you have enough defense to actually survive the reduction of inaccuracy, the reduction of defense and accuracy. Zerg Rush again, Balance of Pain, Beefy for Real, really important. Beefy will give you a little bit of extra damage to maybe put you over the capacity for another multi-kill tier, which again, multi-kill tiers will give you more multi-kill because of multi-kill per tier. Take off Rucksack, especially if this guy is AFK here. I mean, you want to be AFK on ES because the portal doesn't work here. So take off Rucksack, put on Zerg Rush again. Take off Rucksack, put on Zerg Rush again. Good. Get Zerg Rush again on this character. Take off Jawbreaker. Take off Midas Mind. These will increase the HP, which means it's putting you at less and less multi-kill tiers, which means you're hitting lower multi-kill percent than you are in other characters. Take off Jawbreaker, take off Midas Mind. Good, and also Zerg Rush again. Where is it? Zerg Rush again. Good. Zerg Rush again. Good. Balance of Pain. Good. Okay. Okay. You're missing some food on this character. I would recommend splitting up your golden dumplings across all of your characters. Some of them still have food slots left, Charlie. Some of them don't have food equipped, Charlie. Giving you a hint of what you should do on your characters, Charlie. Tools also need some need a little bit of love. You have luster tools in these characters, and definitely try to push into Marberglass. You have luster chestplate on this character. You don't have a divine scarf on this character. You have a deathly cluster pendant. You don't have divine scarves on your characters. It's crazy, man. Okay. If you can only have beefy or balance, it's balance. Balance of pain is really important because, like I mentioned, the #1 most important stats multi-kill per tier. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Obols are okay. Oh my god. Look how many hyper Obols this man has. Holy shit. Reroll this one for 3%. A lot of hyper Obels. Just be mindful when you're activating. Again, like I mentioned, for statue purposes, the multi-kill per tier doesn't really help. I'd put this Obol set on a character you're not active on, so you can actually get the multi-kill tier percent actually working. Obviously, if you this does help you get kills. So if you're pushing like to Colony 11, Colony 12, the multi-kill per tier does help you on your Siegebreaker to push the kills. So for that reason, it's still important. It just depends what you prioritize more, pushing the Cavern, pushing the Colony level, or getting the statues. Right now, I would prioritize the statues, so I'd put this Obol set on another character that's AFK on the Cavern. Okay, going back to stamps. Multi-tool stamp need to be at level 220. I mentioned this in Renee's video. I recommend trying to get Bug Sack stamp up, Mason Jar stamp up, so you can get multi-tool stamp up. Remember that Rucksack Prayer will help you in push higher carrying capacity, so you can upgrade multi-tool stamp to higher levels. Just remember to do that. You can also use the star signs as well for carry capacity. But yeah, those stamps are really important. That's what you want to be pushing at this stage of the game. Apart from that, as I mentioned, liquid regen speed is really important. So drippy drop stamp, drop lot stamp, really, really important. The stat stamps as well, extremely important. These are base stats. These scale with any percent stats that you have from the Perlo Shell Vial, from Marberglass gear, from the golden grilled cheese sandwiches you get from World 5, the beanstalk, all that stuff scales the all stat percent, really, really important. You unlock the last Evo for gaming. You're probably missing some upgrades in the super bits. You're probably missing some upgrades from Jade Emporium. That's probably what it is. Good, you got all the anvil points. Alchemy is not terrible. These vials, once you get Dragon Warrior, actually production speed will help you a ton. Dragon Warrior statue will increase the statue bonuses of production speed, so you can get the level 13 vial for thread, nails, really, really easily. I'd honestly recommend, I would highly recommend trying to take your ES and active some of these because you're almost there at getting some of these level 13. Like these mob material vials are really, really easy. Also, your multi-tool's level 200. You have more than enough to get this vial up to level 13. I'd recommend doing that just because remember that the level 13 vials give you a multiplier to all the other vials. So this means you get more material cost reduction for stamps. Again, more material cost reduction for stamps. More refinery speed, more damage for your characters, more accuracy, more defense, all that stuff. Really, really important to get level 13 vials. So get on that grind because you have a lot of them at level 12. A lot of them are easily farmable, and you can honestly get a huge increase to your account just by upgrading this. Also, Pearl of Seltzer is only level 2. Trying to get to level 4 is really important for your Shaman to get more damage, your Bubo, as well as just, more all-stat percent. Sigils are pretty good. You got this one at Iodize. If you were to focus on sigils again, Envelope Pile is a really important one to try to get to Iodize. Trove Sigil, Emoji Veggie, Lab Test 2, Div Spiral, Peculiar Vial, Dreamcatcher, all really, really good ones to try to focus on first when you do get on that grind. And I'd maybe wait just a little bit so you can get more charge speed. I don't know where you are in summoning. That would be the big one. What about sailing? Maybe, yeah, the Wind's Lantern is probably what you're waiting on for more sigil speed. Okay, going back to Alchemy. In terms of bubbles, what I would focus on is try to get these multiplier bubbles up to 270. So using your atoms on Molt Orange and Primer Green, getting Flying Mines, Dream of Ironfish, Tree Sleeper up a lot more levels. Hocus Chopus, trying to spend atoms on this to get this into the thousands of levels. Gives you a ton of chopping efficiency. Highly recommend it. Brain Tools as well, really, really important. As Tree Sleeper, obviously I mentioned that. You got the damage ones up, so not bad. If you're stuck in farming, we'll talk about this in just a second, but getting Cropius Mapper up is a great way to increase your crop evolution chance. I would highly recommend trying to get this bubble up a lot more levels if you're stuck in farming, because a lot of your characters have pushed to the end of World 6. You're getting a decent amount of crop evo chance. The more levels you put into this and getting it to a point where you get adamant will give you a ton of crop evo so you can get the rest of the farming crops if you're stuck on that, which I imagine you probably are. Ooh, okay. Really big one, Larry. I would get this past level 500. I would try to get this. Honestly, this is #1 priority for Atoms. I would get this to level 900, if not 1,000, so you can get a percent chance for +3 bubble levels. If you don't know, Larry doesn't cap at 100%. You can get this past level 100, so you can guarantee +2 and a potential chance at +3 bubble levels. If I swap over to Idleon here, you can see me kind of do this. I'll do this on some of the easier cost bubbles. You can see there's a +2, +2, +2, +2, +2, +3. So you got a +3 proc there. +3. So the more levels of Larry that you get, the more incremental chance. I have a 17% chance for a +3 bubble level. So Larry does work in that capacity as opposed to some of the other percents, like the Golden Hamster Gummies, for example, don't stack past 100, but Larry does. Oh, I have a sneeze coming. I can feel it. Never mind. It's gone. Okay. I don't know if your salts are messed up. You're kind of nearing a point where your salts may be a little bit messed up, and be careful about leveling the blue one a little bit more. I would strictly level the red one, probably another 50 levels, so you can over-generate red salts, and then put orange on 0% to get that 50 levels above blue, and then kind of going from there. Once you get into green, purple, and nullo, it doesn't really matter as much depending where you are in the game. And honestly, looking at your gear, I think you may want to consider your refinery so you can get your character's gear to be even better. I would just really recommend really outlevel your red refinery so you don't put yourself in a deficit. And just, the more red salt levels you get, the more damage your DK gets, for example. So really, really important. Salt Lick, I'd maybe consider getting on this grind, just finishing this out so you don't have to look at anything that's empty. 1.5 bill copper ore. Your logs at 52 mil. I mean, it feels like you haven't reprinted in a while, but I mean, based off the last time you took a snapshot, you did, which is a little concerning. These prints are relatively low, and I imagine that a lot of that's going to come back and contribute to Mage's Best, or being dootless, depending. Not dootless. Okay, similar to Renee, I would highly recommend trying to link one character to Permeep so you get the boat's sailing speed, as well as the plant gaming growth speed. Even if you have Doot, you need at least one character linked to this so you can get these two bonuses here. If you do have Doot and you don't have a character linked to this, you are not getting this minor link bonus. PSA. Okay, and yeah, just keep on leveling your characters in Divinity. Keep them on the Tranquil prayer style, level them up. The more Divinity levels you have on your character, the more minor link bonus that they actually get. And that, in addition to Big P, is really important for scaling those bonuses. Go look at the previous video I just did talking about Renee's account. Big P is insanely good. You saw her bubble is like level 500, and she had 0.11x higher bonuses than you. Getting this into the thousands of levels is extremely important for just general account progression. As your Atom Collector looking, you're only level 20 atoms, so big thing for you to focus on probably is going to be getting the 90Q red super bit for plus 10 max atom levels, so you get higher boron level. So the way you do that is mostly going to come down through farming, trying to unlock all 160 crops, because you definitely are not there. Getting all 160 crops unlocked is going to help you get even more plant gaming growth speed, so you can get to the point where you can 5-second game and then eventually instant gaming. That'll help you obviously generate more nuggets. It'll help you generate more bits. It'll help help you generally progress gaming. So speaking of farming, my biggest advice for you is get more levels into Stronger Vines. You have a decent amount of land plots stacked up. Stronger Vines is going to help you. This just adds one more crop to the plant when you do the farming. This is basically a multiplier to when you grow crops. Really, really important to scale this, because this scales everything in farming. Nutritious soil is really important. This reduces the time it takes for you to actually grow crops. It is how speed GMO and super GMO get really cracked. Getting high nutritious soil levels is the basis for how your farming scales. So this will multiply with the farming speed multiplier you get through pristine charms, as well as the summoning bonus, as well as speed GMO and super GMO. So it's really important you get this up even higher to like 60, 70, 80%, 100% if you can. The more growth speed you have, the better it is. Always, always, always. Product doubler is less important now, but try to get this up to 150, maybe to 200%, because I guarantee you're not hitting the 10,000x value GMO cap that there is, and product doubler seems to be affected by value GMO. So just keep that in mind. Okay, land ranks, production boost is really important. Production mega boost, and eventually we unlock a production super boost. Really important, just base scalars for value. And eventually value GMO is going to be really, really important once you get 10k crops. Value GMO has been fixed. It caps out at 10,000 times multiplier. So I recommend trying to find 3 more crops, unlock value GMO, and just start stacking up crops to get to 10k, eventually getting to 100k. 100k for super GMO is really, really important because it scales both your speed GMO, your Evo GMO, EXP, and value GMO. Really, really important. So number 1 priority for you, Stronger Vines, nutritious soil. Do a bean reset, or rather, try to get as many crops as you possibly can, as many mushrooms as you can. Do a bean reset, and just strictly upgrade Evo GMO to 1.2x. Speed GMO, try to get this to 7x. Value GMO, just upgrade it like a few times to like 5, 10, 20 levels even, to get you a ton more value. You'll very easily be able to upgrade your crops to 10,000 value once you do a few bean resets and get more speed GMO and more Evo GMO and such, more value GMO. That will help you a ton in progressing farming, and that's just kind of the cycle you want to get into. Upgrade day market, upgrade night market, upgrade day market, upgrade night market, until you max out super GMO, until you max out EXP GMO, until you get like 2.1, 2.2x Evo GMO, so you get like 10, 20% speed GMO. You cap out, you get like 10% value GMO, 15, 20% value 1 to 2% value GMO, I think is where you want to be. And that'll help you cap out on the value multiplier. That'll help you get a ton of speed. It'll help you get a ton of Evo, and you'll very easily be able to hit 160 crops. This, all in all, it probably is going to take you another month to get farming if you were to be more active on it, but it's very achievable for you right now. You're at a kind of easy breakpoint almost with land ranks and with value GMO being unlocked very soon. You can probably finish farming within the next few weeks, maybe even a month, depending how active you are in it. Sailing, my number 1 biggest advice is put your characters on the last island, try to get the Wind's Lantern. Trying to get this to Sovereign is going to be extremely important. If at least 10 of your boats can hit there in 2 hours, I would put everything on there. If your boats cannot hit there in 2 hours to 5 hours, I'd recommend trying to upgrade your earlier boats, or the boats that you're lacking speed in, and just strictly try to upgrade as much as you can into speed to try to get them to 2 to 5 hours, so you can get to Wind's Lantern a lot faster. Unlocking this at Sovereign is extremely important for artifact find chance, but also for farming speed. Speaking of which, 2,600, no food. 70, no food, no food. Okay. Take a look at this beanstalk. Okay, so you only have a 13.2% chance is what Idleon efficiency is showing, which I believe probably is accurate. So you don't have a guaranteed 100% chance to claim sailing gains when you claim your AFK time from your characters. So if you're looking to progress sailing, which I highly recommend you do because the Winds Lantern is one of the best upgrades you can in the game, I would highly recommend try to get a 100k stack of this food on the beanstalk. That's like your number one priority in general. Idleon is try to get this to try to get to 100k stack. Drop it on the beanstalk. If you still have not gotten to 100% chance to claim that time, split the golden hamster gummies across all of your characters. That is highly crucial so you can finish summoning. Once all your artifacts hit Sovereign, screw sailing, who cares, move on. When the next tier of artifacts come out, come back to it. All right. Oh boy, okay. Oh, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got a good one here. He's at the end of World 6 and doesn't have the last meal. And that's quite a big meal. So let me show you why Nyan Burger is so important. So I'm gonna just pause here and let you guys read the description of Nyan Burger. So if you guys are struggling for crop evolution chance, this is a fantastic meal to level up and get a bunch of crop evo chance. So currently with level 90 Nyan Burger, I'm at 2400% crop evo chance. I love players that can read. So this crop evo chance is extremely important. This Cropius Mapper, the crop evo stamp, and Billjack Pepper, extremely important early game scalers for crop evo chance. If you're struggling getting to 160 crops, there you go. That's one of the easiest things, or rather, not necessarily the easiest thing, but one of the things you can look to scale your crop evo chance and get you more crops and farming. And he is level 86 in summoning, so he's only get the 2x multiplier as opposed to 3x. But still, summoning levels, eventually when you get that up to 100, it's going to give you even more crop evo chance. Yeah, okay. Wait. Okay. So, I mean, number one priority, sailing hamster gummies at 100k. Number two priority, divine scarves on your characters, especially if you're trying to do the gloomy grind. That mob respawn rate, as well as the AFK gain, is incredibly important. Fighting AFK gains, multi-kill per tier, drop chance, AFK gain, mob respawn, those all make up really good multipliers if you're trying to find the Dragon Warrior statue at the Cavern 9. Highly recommend trying to do those two things. It's really important you try to get that on your character so you can farm those statues a lot better. Once you have that, you can kind of go back, stick all your characters on there. I can't overstate how important it is you do that, especially if you're grinding that statue, because otherwise you're going to be there for days, weeks, even months at a time trying to get even the 20,000 to Onyx it, and eventually level it up even further to level 150. 150 is the goal for the Dragon Warrior statue. You can level up even past that if you want, but just generally trying to cap out those things first before you farm it is going to make your life a lot easier so you can focus on other things in the game. It's just going to take you unnecessarily long amounts of time if you do want to wait. But if you want to be more efficient about it, that's what I recommend. So good luck on the grind, Charlie. Have a great time. Even though this count was like 2 weeks out of date from as of today, I think you still have a lot to work on. And I think you definitely haven't finished everything that I would have mentioned anyways. So good luck. Have fun on the grind. Have a great time. I'll see you guys. I'll see you in the Discord. I know you talk around a lot there a lot. So thanks, YouTube. Have a great day. Bye-bye.